love being from Madison, and I love doing things like this. I've always been interested in art, so I actually went to school to be an art teacher. I taught ceramics and sculpture and photography, and now I'm a potter, and quilting is a hobby. You make things that you need, but you're gonna have to look at them every day. Why not make them worth looking at?
As a child, I saw my uncle and my father make splits to repair chairs, and I wanted to learn to make baskets. It took me a while to master it. I had no teacher, and I do a lot of the old lifestyle things. I grow apple trees, I build log cabins, do stonework. I was on the committee that built the monument in Page County, and I built the monument, the chimney. I wanted to build something totally authentic, and I went to a chimney near me, and I took measurements and I copied it, and I built a totally authentic chimney.
Back in the day, yeah. In fact, there's a recipe online that I recently looked up, and it only calls for two things: was a hog and a tree. And that's it.
That was the first recipe, yeah.
The hog was for the fat, which you do need in soap, and we do use fats to this day. And the tree was for the ashes. And that's really where, it acted as lye, which breaks down the fat, which makes soap. And they spent all day just stirring that soap.
And they'd put the gooey substance in a brick mold or a butter mold. We get our hogs from coconut oil, shea butter, and olive oil. So coconut oil, shea butter, and olive oil is the new process for making soap.
I think I've always been intrigued with it, and I did a lot of sewing and knitting when I was a child. And then I wanted to make quilts, and I couldn't afford one of the big machines to do the quilting, so I became a hand quilter.
Some people put it in their car.
I don't make them so much to look at, but to cuddle with. I don't sweat having perfect stitches, because I know after it gets washed, it's all going to crinkle up and be a cuddly quilt.
I'm spinning sheep's wool to make yarn, and then after I make the yarn, it'll be either woven into shawls or fabric, or knitted into a sweater. I've been interested in this all my life, and at some point just decided it was time to learn how to do it and become fairly accomplished. And we live on a farm that's been in my husband's family since 1800. But I do not raise sheep. I've done that. I've raised Angora goats, and I enjoy doing this more than I enjoy being in the barn at 2 o'clock in the morning. My family, as far as I know, was not displaced from the park. So my history with the park is enjoying it and feeling for the people that were displaced.
I always grew up with this feeling that it was a bad thing. Like that's what was around me because of the way that people were removed. They had their own culture, they had their own way of life. There were farms, there were schools, there were businesses, there was all kinds of stuff that was there before the park was there. It was not wilderness.
The people had a hard life. It wasn't easy. They lived, they claimed a good place, they made what they needed, and when the park happened, very few of them were prepared for that. They ended up losing everything they had and getting nothing for it.